I'll never forget the night my wife told me I wasn't invited to her company's biggest event of the year. She didn't yell or argue. She just said it like it was nothing. "Babe," she sighed. "This one's employees only. It's kind of formal. You wouldn't really enjoy it." That was the first time in 5 years of marriage she ever told me not to come somewhere with her. Now, a little context: my wife Emily works for a major marketing firm. She's good at what she does, really good. She's charming, confident, always the one people remember in a room. I was proud of her. I'd watched her rise through the company: late nights, long calls, client dinners, and I supported all of it. But over the past few months she changed. She started dressing up a bit more for work, laughing at messages on her phone she never showed me, coming home smelling like expensive cologne, not mine. Still, I didn't want to be that insecure husband. So when she told me about the company gala, I smiled and said, "Sure, honey. Go have fun." But the truth? My stomach dropped. That Saturday night, while she was getting ready, I sat on the edge of our bed just watching her. She wore a long navy dress, elegant, classy, and she looked stunning. When she turned to grab her purse, I noticed something she hadn't worn in months: her wedding ring. She slipped it on like a prop. "You look amazing," I said quietly. She smiled. "Thank you." Then she kissed my cheek, not my lips, and left. The door clicked shut, and the house went silent. I tried distracting myself, TV, gaming, even cleaning up, but my mind kept circling back to her. Who was she really with? Why was I suddenly being kept out of something I'd always been part of? Around 10:30 p.m., I finally gave in to curiosity. I opened my laptop and checked my email. That's when I saw it. An automatic message from her company: event confirmation. Marketing Gala 2025. Guest registration approved. My name was right there. I froze. Guest registration approved. I wasn't crazy, I had been invited. In fact, she'd added me herself a month ago. So why lie? I stared at the email for a long time. My chest felt tight, my pulse racing. Something inside me snapped. I threw on a jacket, grabbed my keys, and drove downtown to the hotel where the gala was being held. When I got there, I didn't go in right away. I just stood outside watching people walk in. Women in gowns, men in suits, all laughing and taking pictures. The night air felt heavy. Finally, I went inside. The ballroom was huge: crystal lights, champagne, music echoing off the walls. And then I saw her, Emily, standing near the stage laughing with a man. He was tall, dark suit, hand resting a little too comfortably on her lower back. They looked comfortable. Like this wasn't the first time. My whole body went cold. I walked closer, weaving through the crowd. When I was just a few feet away, she turned, and the color drained from her face. "Ryan," she stammered. "What are you? How did you?" "I got an email," I said quietly. "The one saying my guest registration was approved." The guy beside her stepped back a little, clearly realizing what was happening. Emily looked like she wanted the floor to swallow her. "Ryan, it's not what it looks like," she said, voice trembling. I let out a small laugh. Not out of humor, just disbelief. "It never is, right?" The room had gone quieter around us, though the music still played. She tried to pull me aside, whisper something, but I just shook my head. "I stood by you through every late night," I said softly. "I believed every excuse. And you couldn't even be honest about a party." Her eyes filled with tears. The man, I later found out he was her creative director, tried to step in. "Hey man, maybe take this somewhere else." I looked at him and he backed off fast. I didn't yell. I didn't cause a scene. I just looked at her one last time and said, "You didn't need to ban me, Emily. You could have just told me the truth." Then I walked out. That drive home was the longest of my life. The city lights blurred past the windshield, and my hands wouldn't stop shaking. I think that's when it really hit me: it wasn't just about cheating. It was about trust. About how quiet betrayal can be. How it hides behind polite smiles and work events. The next morning she came home. Eyes red, makeup smudged, holding her heels in one hand. She sat across from me at the kitchen table. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean for any of this to happen." I just nodded. There was no anger left, just emptiness. I didn't say much. I didn't need to. Because the moment I saw that email, I realized something. Sometimes the truth doesn't need to scream. It just shows up quietly in your inbox and changes everything. A week later, she moved out. I don't hate her. I really don't. I just finally understand that love without honesty isn't love. It's just pretending. And for the first time in a long while, I stopped pretending.